If you own a business and you're wondering whether you should hire somebody to take care of your marketing or do it yourself, then this is exactly the video that you're looking for. We're going to talk about when you should hire somebody to do your marketing, when you should do it yourself, and what are the pros and cons of each. What's up guys, Tariq here with Elkhatib. I'm gonna give you the best tips and tools to level up your business online. And if you guys have heard my story at all, then you know that I've fired more marketers than I've hired. I've been through so many of them. I always felt like it was a waste of money, to be honest. I run a bounce house rental business, and when I hired a marketer, paying them thousands of dollars a month, and then I'd get calls for house rentals instead of bounce house rentals. And honestly, that's one of the biggest things that started me on my journey. I said, man, I'm gonna learn this for myself. I'll save money, and I'll know that it gets done right. So that's what got me on my journey. But as I grew, I started to realize that I was slacking with my marketing. So at some point, it was worth it to hire somebody. Obviously, I run Event Hawk, so I have my own team. But I want to talk to you guys about the difference. So a lot of us, we get into business and we're like, hey man, I'm gonna get rich by doing everything myself. I'm gonna do my own Google ads, do my own SEO, I'm gonna build my own website, I'm gonna do my, and it just, at some point you're gonna burn yourself out. And just think about, for example, like deliveries. If you're doing deliveries, or if you're serving customers, you can't be at two places at once. And at some point it makes sense to hire a second person and then another person. Hiring, training, building a company culture, working on your overall business brand. So many of those things are only things that you can do, and that's where your time should go, because your time is very, very valuable. And you don't want to spend your time that's very limited, that's very finite, doing those things that you can delegate to other people at some point, right? This is not, obviously we can't start as a business and hire an HR manager and a training manager and a marketer. Totally get it, right? And that's not what I'm saying. And that's why during this video, I'm going to be showing you guys, I'm going to be sharing some links to some awesome free resources on how you can run your own Google ads, how you can do your own marketing, SEO, Facebook ads. You got tons of free crash courses on how to do all that are very lengthy, that are super detailed. But I want to talk to you guys about when should you consider hiring somebody else. At some point, you have to think about your time. What is your time worth? Because so many of us, we don't realize that when you're constantly doing something yourself to save money, a lot of times that's costing you more money. I'll give you a perfect example. I was actually just talking to somebody yesterday who's running their own Google ads, and you know, they were doing a consultation with me and we were looking at their ads and everything. And you know, they were saving money. They weren't having to pay a couple $100 for somebody to manage their ads. When I looked at the results, they weren't really getting nearly the results that we could deliver for their clients. So it was actually costing them way more money to do it themselves because they weren't getting the results than if we did it. I mean, on average, we're getting, you know, multiple times for every dollar you put in to Google ads, for example, you can get $5, $6, $7, up to $10 back. And then every dollar you put into Facebook ads, we're getting up to $80 back for Facebook ads return. So you got to ask yourself, is it costing me money or is it actually saving me money to do this on my own? So that's the question you have to ask. Now, if you're interested in an audit, I put the link in the description. You can schedule an audit with us. We can take a look at your marketing and see if that's something that we can help with. That's really what it comes down to, time versus money. A lot of times you're not saving as much money as you think. It's costing you more money. So when should you hire somebody? My recommendation, always start on your own, right? Unless you have some extra cash, unless you're just like, Tariq, I want to grow as fast as possible. I trust your company. I know you. I know that I've seen your results. I've seen your reviews. I just want to get started, hit the ground running. We actually had a gentleman do it. You'll see his review. He started with like 100 units. This guy started with 100 grand or something like that. He invested in his company and he started with us from day one. Didn't do anything on his own, took all of our advice, took all of our courses, hired us for everything. And his first year, he hit $1 million. I've never heard of anybody doing that, right? But he had that kind of money. He had, you know, started other businesses, had that money saved up, and he could do that. Most of us don't have that luxury. I would highly recommend that everybody who's brand new start on their own, take my crash courses. I have a Google Ads crash course. Hit the link in the description. That'll help you do that. I have a SEO crash course. Hit the link up here. That'll help you do that. And then I also have a social media marketing crash course that'll help you kind of market your brand on social media. I'll link to that up there. I'll link to all those down below. But where have you been marketing now? What's been successful? What hasn't worked? Tell me in the comments what's worked for you, what hasn't worked, what has been your most successful marketing, what has been your least successful marketing. Are you doing a lot of posting in Facebook groups? Are you just word of mouth? Or do you have a marketing strategy that you're following? Or are you following somebody else? I'd love to know what's working, what's not. I'll tell you what hasn't worked for me. You always hear me. Yelp. Stay away from Yelp. That's a terrible waste of money and a big issue. I should probably do a video on Yelp. But ultimately, it comes down to, I highly recommend you start with the videos in the description, do it yourself, and at some point, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna be like, wow, I spent how much on Google ads? I spent how much on Facebook ads? And I haven't even looked. I don't know what any of this stuff means, because you're gonna be getting so busy. And that's the point where you're gonna say two questions. I wonder how much this is costing me, because your cost per click is gonna go high, right? Like we have people that come to us, they're paying $2, $3, $4 per click. And then after a month of working with us, we have them down to like 97 cents per click. So it was literally, they literally saved money by hiring us. So you have to ask yourself, am I really optimizing my ads? Am I really saving much money? And the other question are they really optimized to generate the best results? So those are the two questions. Is this costing me more because I haven't, optimized my cost per click, because I'm doing it myself, because it's just, I don't have the experience? Is it costing me more? And the second question is, am I actually giving this its fair time? Am I looking at this every week, every couple weeks, every month, like an expert would, and doing the right thing? If the answer is no to those, and if you get to be too busy and you're just not starting to understand it, Facebook pushed another update and Google changed this and that, and you just don't know what anything is anymore, then go ahead and hire an expert and give it a try for, usually 3 months is a good time to give something a try. And if you work with me, if you work with my team, we usually send you an update every 2 to 4 weeks through text message. Like, we'll literally text you like, hey, what's up, Al? Here's how your ads are doing. Let us know, give us some feedback. Let us know how you want to take things. And that's really, really important. So I hope you guys benefited from this. Again, I'll link to those again. If you want to learn how to run your own Google ads, go ahead and click the link up here. If you want to learn how to run your own Facebook ads, go ahead and click this link. And if you just want to learn more about SEO and how to optimize your website, go ahead and click this link. I'll link to them in the description, and I'll see you on the next video.